if you look outside and it's snowing or it's raining and there's no reason to be running, then you're probably not going to go running. But if you look outside and it's raining and we were training for the Olympic trials, then there's a reason to go run.
Ice and snow and rain.
They're definitely, that makes it hard to get out the door.
When there's water, not in places where water should be, but it's like where you're trying to run, that's kind of tough.
I remember one specific time we were running up Provo Canyon and it was like a foot or two of snow, and before I knew it, I was running past some snowshoers and I was like, wow, this is crazy. But when you have your teammates there, I mean, that's what gets you out.
It's always tough to wake up and like bundle up when it's so cold outside. You just got to remember that the guys you're competing with are going out and running anyway.
Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't think I would be trying out for the Olympics, much less even be a college athlete. So that has been a dream that's been something of the last few years.
Throughout my collegiate career, I mean, there were definitely times when I wanted to throw the towel in and kind of give up on the dream. But it's interesting how once you have a dream and you start kind of sharing that dream with others, that other people start saying like, oh, Tokyo 2020.
I actually think that having made it to the Olympics one time makes me want to get back there more, because I know what that experience is like and some of the things that it taught me.
I've had to sacrifice a lot to train for the Olympic trials. It's very time consuming. You don't want to do it halfway or else then it's kind of pointless.
Most days we run twice, so we have a morning run and then an afternoon run, and then on Saturday we kind of lump those two together into just one big long run.
Yep.
As a marathoner, usually it's either 20 miles or 25 miles. And then on Sunday, it's just a day of rest. We take it off.
We're typically with Coach Tuesday, Thursday, doing something with a stopwatch, pace specific.
Coach Icestone has helped me in so many ways.
Coach Icestone is always there when you need him, but is never looking over your shoulder. He's the perfect support as a coach.
When I got back from my mission, he gave me a very good, strict regimen of how to, come back slow.
When things don't go your way, he realizes that, you've done enough damage to yourself. He kind of just puts his arm around you and he helps you kind of work through it.
As a freshman on the team, I was running fine, but I was injured a lot and my mileage was low. And I remember in the middle of 10 by 1,000 meters on the grass, I thought, I'm done. I think I'm gonna quit. But I'm gonna wait till the workout's over and then I'll go talk to Coach. And I went in and I just said, Coach, I'm not having very much fun and I'm not being able to stay healthy and I don't know if I wanna do this. And he could have said, shake off the workout and come back tomorrow, but he didn't do that at all. He just said, oh, okay, sit down. Tell me about running. What did you used to love about it? And we talked about that for a little bit. And then at the end of the conversation, he said, Jared, ultimately it's up to you. And so go home and think about what you want to be and what you want to do and come back and let's talk about it again. And he encouraged me to pray about it too. And I went home and I thought about life. There were instances in my life that I felt like I was supposed to be a runner, and I prayed about running. It wasn't like I had this vision of future running and marathon running, but I just thought, no, God wants me to run right now. And so I'm gonna do it. And I think Coach Icestone put me in a supported position to have that experience. When a workout's hard, I don't think, maybe I should quit. I think, well, it's a hard day, but God wants me to be a runner, so I'm gonna be a runner.
Since junior high, I've had a team, right? Making that transition to the professional scene. I think for a lot of guys, it can be different because, they don't have their team anymore and they don't have guys to train with, and the sport changes a little bit for them. But having a team or like a group of guys to train with like we do here makes the transition easier, and kind of keeps running the same as it's always been, and it keeps it fun and enjoyable.
When you're with a group, when you're able to say, okay, like if I can just keep up with Clayton for this workout, like I know I'm going to be having a great workout because Clayton doesn't have bad workouts.
It helps when the weather's bad to have people to run with. Misery loves company, and company makes misery less miserable.
It's true. You can go out there and then you can complain to each other instead of just complaining to yourself. Kind of takes the edge off a little bit, I think.
I think having a team is huge on race day. You can joke on the start line just like it was any other practice, and it just keeps the mind calm.
You know, we're going to have a chunk of BYU guys at the Olympic trials. And so sometimes you can get into competition and be intimidated by all these other people that you read about or you hear about or have run really good races somewhere else. But when your teammate's up there running with him, it's empowering. And I often find myself thinking, oh, I know I can run with him, so I'm going to. Running's my think time, and so there's things on my mind, and they become incredible emotional support. And so we have good minds together on these runs to, I don't know. It's just like, you know, it's like going to the club meetings or whatever.
We're kind of brutally honest with each other sometimes. I get made fun of for the size of my head compared to the size of my body.
So does Conner
So does Conner McMillan.
Clayton, we call him the maximizer. He's always milking every opportunity for free stuff and whatnot. You know, hotel breakfast. He'll bring a plate full of food back to the hotel room so we can munch on it later. He's ultra efficient like that. You know.
I make fun of you for anything.
You make fun of my chillness a little bit. You're like,
yeah.
yo,
yeah, you bring it out.
Conner Mantz looks like he's running the race the same in the first 400 meters as he is the last 400 meters. His face never changes. It's just straight pain from the beginning.
We make fun of Conner Mantz's running form. That's a classic joke and never gets old. He runs a little bit like this, kind of off to the side.
He's got the best hurt face in the game.
He's got a pain face even when he's not hurting.
Yeah, that's the thing about Conner Mantz.
It gets in your head.
Yeah, I would say the biggest, most hairy, audacious goal that I have for myself is to be an Olympian. You can't ever say no to something like that because then it'll never happen.
I want to be a world-class runner. I want to be able to compete at a world-class level. I want people to know my name.
I try to keep my goals one step at a time. So if I do make the Olympic team, it'll be to medal at the Olympics.
I don't know what the lessons are going to be this cycle around. I think there's lessons when things go well, and there's also lessons when things don't go well. And so, you know, I'm kind of excited to see, you know, what God has in store for me and what I'll learn.